Today, we're rewinding the clock and looking at 10 car colors from the 1950s you'll almost never see today. But once, they were everywhere. 1. Coral pink. The color that made you smile. Yep, pink. Not just any pink, coral pink. It was soft, a little peachy, and just the right amount of flashy. You'd see it on Thunderbirds or Big OL. Dodges cruising down the street, sparkling in the sun. It wasn't a joke color back then. It was classy, confident, even a little glamorous. But somewhere along the way, pink cars got the boot. Too bold for modern tastes. Too retro. But if you ask anyone who remembers it, coral pink was just plain cool. 2. Mint green. Cool as a cucumber. If you grew up around diners and jukeboxes, you know mint green. It looked like it belonged on a milkshake or a kitchen fridge, and somehow it worked on a car. It gave off a clean, breezy feeling like a fresh start. Chevys wore it best, especially the Bel Airs. But over time, car makers ditched soft pastels for safer colors. These days, mint green feels like a breath of fresh air from a sweeter, slower time. 3. Turquoise blue. The color of the open road. Turquoise wasn't just a paint color. It was a mood. You'd see it on classic convertibles flying down Route 66. Paired with white interiors and chrome so shiny you could see your reflection. This color made a statement. Life is fun, hop in. But as car styles got boxier and more serious, turquoise faded out. Still, when one rolls by at a vintage car show, it's like seeing a piece of summertime itself. 4. Sunset copper. Like driving a shiny penny. This one's rare but unforgettable. Sunset copper had a glow to it. Not quite orange, not quite brown. Just warm. Like fall leaves or a campfire on a cool night. Luxury cars like Cadillacs or Mercurys made it shine, especially in the evening light. But as metallic paints got more muted in the 70s, this rich, glowing shade got left behind. 5. Lilac gray. Classy with a twist. Ever seen a car that looked gray, but with just a hint of purple? That was lilac gray. It wasn't loud, but it caught your eye in just the right way, elegant, almost mysterious. You'd find it on Lincolns or Chryslers, maybe pulling up to a fancy dinner spot. It didn't last long, probably a little too unique for most buyers, but it was pure 1950s class. 6. Butter yellow. Soft, simple, and sweet. Butter yellow wasn't flashy, but it had charm. It looked like sunshine or that old kitchen phone your mom had on the wall. It gave cars a friendly, happy feeling, like they were meant for Sunday drives and roadside diners. You'd see it on Studebakers, maybe with a white roof and wide white walls. Nowadays, yellow cars are rare, and when you do see one, it's loud and sporty. But this was different. This was comfort on wheels. 7. Seafoam green. The color of breezy days. If a color could feel like a vacation, it'd be seafoam green. Light misty, a little beachy. It was everywhere in the 50s. Kitchens, bathrooms, and yes, cars. From pickup trucks to sedans, this color looked like it had a breeze built in. But as times change, people wanted cars that felt tougher, darker. Seafoam was left behind. Still, it's one of those colors that instantly brings back memories for a lot of folks. 8. Robin's egg blue. Sweet, gentle, and totally 1950s. You'd almost expect this one to come with a matching hat and gloves. Robin's egg blue was soft, stylish, and just a little fancy. Perfect for a convertible, maybe with white leather seats and a little elbow hanging out the window. It was the kind of color you could fall in love with. But it didn't fit the rugged image car makers started chasing later on. Now, it's a lost gem from a more playful time. 9. Dusk rose. Like driving into a sunset. Dusk rose looked like a memory. A mix of pink and gray, soft but emotional, like an old love letter. You didn't see it often, but when you did, it stopped you in your tracks. It showed up on high-end models and custom jobs, usually when someone wanted their car to stand out quietly. It disappeared as bolder reds and blacks took over. But man, what a beautiful goodbye. 10. Peacock blue. Loud, proud, and impossible to ignore. Peacock blue wasn't shy. It sparkled, shifted in the light, and turned a simple car into a head-turner. It was rich, deep, with a hint of teal, and it screamed confidence. This was the car you wanted to drive when you pulled into town on a Saturday night. Eventually, the world got a little more reserved, and colors like this faded out. But for a time, peacock blue ruled the road. Outro. You know, cars today might be faster, safer, maybe even smarter. But they don't have the soul those old 50s models had. Back then, color wasn't just a design choice. It was part of the story. Which of these colors do you remember? Which one would you bring back tomorrow if you could? Drop a comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up if it took you back. And don't forget to subscribe for more journeys through time. Right here on American Rewind. Because some memories are worth keeping in drive.